mean, what goes up comes down, right? What comes down goes back up. But it looks like we're on pace to drop about 1.3 million transactions in 1 year.
Right.
That's breathtaking, by the way. So there's no way to whitewash it or to downplay it. That's a lot of transactions taken off the books. So it's tough year. Tough year. Next year we're going to see more of that. To what degree, I don't really know. If we saw another, if you saw 1 million transactions taken off the books, we would be at our lowest level in 20 something years. The cause of it's very different. We were in 08, 09, we were facing economic collapse. We were facing a depression. There's many people don't remember or understand this, but we were staring at the abyss economically. It was a very different scenario. This scenario is because of restricted supply and too much demand. By the way, that demand is still there. The amount of money sitting in the bank, the amount of equity that people have in their real estate is at an all-time high. Those two things are true. Now, what's also true is that people's retirement funds, their stock portfolios, those have taken a pretty big hit. But simultaneously, they still have more cash and they have more equity in their real estate than they've ever had before. So it's an interesting time, right? The demand is off the chart. I'm not sure we're going to see the kind of reduced values that we saw in the Great Recession. Because you saw real estate, at that time, the median price it hit a high of $222,000. And then at its bottom, it bottomed out at around 161 or so. We're now cresting 400. So we've never seen that kind of price increase, value increase in such a short period of time in the history of real estate. We've never seen this run up. So you have this dilemma of restricted supply. The demand is there, right? The millennials, Generation Z, they have jobs, they have money. There's a lot of there's a lot of pent up demand that isn't going to be solved overnight. The average mortgage rate over the last 40 years is over 7%. But the economy works really well, believe it or not, at 7%, 7.5% mortgages. It works really, really well. It does. And the federal government knows that. So if you think you're waiting, don't wait. If you have an event in your life, this is what I mean by perspective. The sky is not falling. The federal government will not let it fall. The federal government is causing it. They want things to deflate because the number one risk to a democracy is inflation. Because inflation does not treat people equally. The rising cost of simply something like gas could take enough money out of their pocket that they don't have the money to pay for their kids to eat lunch during school. In real simple terms, it can really change their life experience. Inflation is the big democracy killer. They got to stop it. I really believe that from an interest rate standpoint, that they're very close to where they have to be in order for people people they've hit the pause. I think that will put a damper on those prices. And if it puts a damper and allows everything else to catch up, that's fine. They're going to find their footing next year, whatever it is, and they're going to get to it. So,
Right.
so 2023 is going to be the year where we find what the answer is. I feel great about Keller Williams. You know, the Keller Williams is a great entrepreneurial organization, and as such, our brokerage partners, our market center owners, are a feisty, entrepreneurial, motivated group of individuals that will absolutely find their way through this, just like we have done in the past. And it won't be without pain, by the way. There's no way around that. But they'll find their way through it.